Hey, so I just woke up after sleeping an ungodly amount of hours. I'm trying to decompress after everything I've been through. I'm like mildly confused. I don't really know where to go. I definitely want to stay involved, and I definitely will. Um, and everybody in my Senate district that voted me in for national delegate for Bernie Sanders, I I upheld everything I was supposed to because I take that seriously. But some of the things I witnessed at this convention really was just disheartening, and it's so upsetting. Our whips were kicked out. Just like Nina Turner. You know how Nina Turner's credentials were ripped with no explanation? That's exactly what happened to all of our whips, and that's exactly what happened to a lot of our state delegate or our state directors, like for Bernie. They were ripped from the convention last minute. Their credentials were yanked, and I mean, it was a fight. It was an absolute fight. I know for a fact that our Texas state delegation, we were so upset. We were crying. We were crying. I was going, I was going to our state representatives and being like, are you seeing this? Are you looking at this? And I could tell that a couple of them were like, oh, yeah, that's not good. You know, but actors or guests or whatever, or I don't even know what they were, but they were adamant that they were going to come in and sit in our chairs. Okay. That made me mad. I was elected by my community to go and talk about Bernie Sanders issues because that's what's important to people in my community that voted me in. So I just don't understand how it's even conceivable to think that sending in an actor or a guest to fight over delegate seating, that shouldn't even be. And I mean, it's a no-brainer. If you if you can't get random guests in on an airplane to fill up an empty seat, then you shouldn't be able to just get all these fake people to fill up these seats. It was ridiculous. Um, we were censored. We were censored. There is no rule that has signs. I actually had to start recording on my phone in order to get people in my delegation to back off other people and tell them, hey, you're on camera. I see what you're doing. Just to let you know, we've checked and double checked, and there's no rule. What we're doing is well within the rules. And it wasn't until we got our cameras out that people started behaving, which with a room full of adults, that shouldn't be an issue, especially when we're the ones being called children. We were called names, vile trash, stupid, all kinds of names. We were pushed. I was kicked, and I have a bruise on my leg to prove it. I was kicked. We were pushed. We were shoved. Grown men were screaming in my face. I have never seen anything like this in my life. The schedules would get sometimes, they'd keep messing with us on the gavel time. Like, we'd get, something that said this and then something that said that. So we were like, you know what? We're just going to show up early. Just to cover our bases. There was noise machines over California. They threatened to take our credentials every single day. If you do this, this will happen. If you do this, this will happen. I mean, but it's all against, everything they were saying. They couldn't do it because it was against the rules to do that anyway. But you had to literally know the rule book and get you on camera saying it to get them to listen and do it. They took our signs. They ripped our signs. I did a video on that the other day. They took our TVP signs and ripped them. And I'm like, well, that's a good message to send all the Republicans watching. You decked out in your Hillary gear coming over here and ripping up the TVP. Way to enforce his playing card. I'm really distraught with everything I saw. And I don't believe that this is how it's just politics. All y'all adults taking part in it, you got kids, probably my age. You got grandkids, probably my kids' age. Y'all know better. Y'all know better. Y'all are who we look up to. Y'all are who we look up to. Is this really how you want politics to be? It's not how we want politics to be. We're about doing unto others, standing up for your family and your friends and your community and doing right by them. Not right by pocketbooks, not right by, ooh, I have to have that position. Do right by your community. Feel it in your heart. So, I just wanted to make a little statement after I had a moment to like decompress. I mean, I'm still wound up. I can't even believe everything that I saw. And, I mean, I got it bad, but there's others who had it a whole lot worse than I did. That's sad. Anywho, I will say there were some beautiful Hillary people in our delegation. There was a lot that, oh God, we needed their hugs when we got them. And you could tell that they knew what was going, they could tell that we were getting treated horribly, and they kind of had an internal conflict over it. And that helped me a little bit, but for the rest of it, ugh, wasn't the best thing I've ever been through. Anywho, let's see how things play out.